Hey, all Keith here from the Robot Card. Welcome back to another review. And finally, the Terminator anime, Terminator Zero, has come out, or it came out yesterday. But yeah. Now, before I continue on the review, Netflix has decided to just release all the episodes at once, which I don't mind, but I kind of wish they waited to release one episode at a time because it kind of builds up it kind of builds up suspense of what's going to happen next? I can't wait. I'm such excited. But yeah, so I'll be doing a review of the Terminator anime every Friday. Originally I was thinking, oh hey, maybe I could do it every Tuesday and Thursday, but I just thought, you know what, I'll just do one every Friday, but yeah. Anyways, so this episode is more of a introduction to the series. It starts off with a girl running off from a Terminator, hiding, trying to not die, and this Terminator is wielding a minigun, while our main character of the future, who is a girl, is just wielding a pistol that doesn't really have that much ammo in it left, which, you know how they say, don't bring a sword to a gunfight? Well, don't bring a pistol to a minigun fight, because, you know, obviously a minigun is a lot better than a pistol, I'm just saying. But, yeah. It's revealed that a lot of people have died because of the Terminator, because, let me think, oh yeah, it is a freaking Terminator, and, yeah, there's even, this one guy who is, somehow still alive, his guts are, somewhat hanging out, and he, tries to, activate this explosion, but he is, shot to death by the Terminator. Then the Terminator looks at, this locker that it's made to seem, oh, the girl is in the locker, and when he shoots it, it's revealed that she was actually in a different locker, and she comes out and shoots the Terminator, and then shoots the explosive with her pistol. She leaves the room that the Terminator was in, and obviously, you know, because this is the Terminator, it survived the explosion, but obviously it has some damage done to its face, where we get the iconic Terminator face damage. And something I want to say is the animation in this series already looks pretty good. It's a mix of 2D and, some bits of 3D. There are some parts in the episode where, the 3D isn't noticeable, but then there are some parts where the 3D is noticeable, and it's not really a bad thing, but, yeah. So, yeah, eventually she finds a shotgun and shoots some shells at it, which, you know, even if a shotgun doesn't really do that much damage to a Terminator, it does stun the Terminator. Okay, maybe not stun, maybe it just, stuns it for, a second? And then the Terminator is obviously unfazed, because, you know, there's not really a lot of weapons that could, destroy a Terminator, besides, you know, maybe a nuke, maybe pushing it into a pit of lava. I don't know, but yeah, the two eventually get to this bridge, and our female main character jumps off of it, being tied to some sort of rope, and she uses an explosive to destroy the bridge, but the Terminator ends up hanging onto her by her leg, and the female main character stabs this device into his eye, which is something that the Resistance has needed. And she is able to kick off the Terminator into this pit of destroyed machines and stuff. Which honestly, I feel from a certain height, I feel like a fall from a certain height could definitely kill the Terminator. But considering the height that this Terminator falls from, yeah, he's not dead. So yeah, after that, we cut to the past, where our other main character, who is this professor, is having a nightmare of Judgment Day, which is basically where, Skynet just nukes all of Earth, and, it's our second main character having the nightmare of him and his family dying due to this explosion, which, yeah, we discover that this guy has a family that consists of 3 kids and a wife, who may or may not be this other person we see in the future, which the future of this takes place in 2022, which, obviously in real life, this hasn't happened, thankfully, and it's currently 2024, so, yeah, hold on, let me just, Sorry, I just had a take a drink of water. But yeah, we see that Japan has like robots that are like doing some human jobs, and we even see like a robot who has like a pet dog, which honestly I would be like, if there was ever somehow like a robot uprising, I would not be surprised if it's like the reason caused by is like Japan because of how advanced their technology is. Like, I remember in 2020 when the pandemic was going on, I remember, like, reading this article about, like, Japan having not only, like, this really cool face mask that has, like, they made this really amazing face mask that had, like, Bluetooth capability, and it's just, like, again, if there ever was, like, some sort of robot uprising, I wouldn't be surprised if Japan would be the cause of it, because again, Japan has like some really impressive technology and stuff. Like, I'm not trying to be racist, like I'm just saying, like Japan has like a decent amount of cool technology, and I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they accidentally created Skynet, which hopefully doesn't happen. But yeah, we also see that our second main character, the professor, doesn't have the greatest relationship with his family. It's mostly because he's like so taken over by all this work trying to prevent Judgment Day and stuff like that. So doesn't like it's not like his relationship with his family isn't horrible, but you know, you can definitely tell that there's a few issues where he isn't really there for his family that much. Even if he does care for them, he just isn't really there that much because he's currently trying to figure out how to prevent like Skynet from committing Judgment Day against the human population. So yeah, he also has this AI partner named Coco, I think. It's something of the name of that. Where he talks to her and like using her to try and prevent like Judgment Day and stuff like that. And like we actually get a scene of him seeing all these projections that the AI is performing mixed with like the creation of a Terminator that is sent to terminate him, obviously. We also get to see that the Terminator who survived the fall in the earlier part of this episode has arrived at the resistance base that our first main character is at. So, yeah, and actually this episode ends with the Terminator that was just created being sent to the past to try and eliminate the professor. So, yeah. Honestly, this episode, for a starting episode, honestly, pretty good. I give this episode 6 out of 7 stars. So, yeah, next Friday I will be reviewing episode 2. So, yeah. Anyways, that was it for this video. Make sure you all subscribe and like for more, and I'll see you all later. Peace out, home guards, and goodbye!